eDrive's background is primarily around auto electronics installation, so that can be anything from camera systems to telematics to various different sensors and safety devices in a range of vehicles, both from consumer vehicles right the way up to kind of HGVs and a variety of different commercial vehicles. We were doing quite an amount of work in the telematics space, which to you and me as black box trackers, the original pioneers in that area were more focused on the fleet telematics space. So it's primarily aimed at people who have 50 or 100 vehicles and see the value and want to know where all of their vehicles are at any given time, how many of them are on the road, the total miles that they're doing, which of them is nearest to the nearest pickup or drop off, all that kind of information. The other end of the scale then is insurance telematics, whereby basically if you agree to put a tracker in your vehicle, the insurance company will typically give you a discount off your insurance policy, and really we see a huge section of the market somewhere in the middle with a little bit more rich functionality, not quite the same level of customization in the fleet space, and that's really where the concept for MySafeDrive came from. There's a lot of functionality there that we can offer in what's been developed in MySafeDrives. The initial TSSG conversation began with Enterprise Ireland, who gave us the opportunity for an innovation voucher, and that then gave us some time with TSSG to really explore what we could do in terms of where we saw the gap in the market and what technology would be available to address the gaps that we saw in the market. It was really to come in and say, let's take that tracking functionality and layer in the additional functionalities that we see are missing in the market, and really, I suppose, a best in concept result basically. TSSG then really gave us some ideas around the technology that was available to us and what could be done in terms of developing an overall system. The approach with TSSG was to try and get a prototype system up and running, and really then we were able to bring that and discuss that with our end customers and get additional feedback as to the bits they liked, the bits they didn't like, the look and feel of the system, and really then that was taken in through a number of iterations in our development life cycle with TSSG. We moved on to an innovation partnership and with TSSG, and that allowed us to build the prototype into a full working system. So we did a number of iterations with TSSG in terms of I suppose teasing out exactly what the ideas behind the system were, where we saw that there were unique benefits and unique capabilities that we could go back out to the market with, and through a number of these iterations basically we ended up with the full functioning system. But in terms of the actual look and feel of the end system, it was really the development team within TSSG that actually built that out for us. We view this as a very strategic initiative for us. A lot of what we've done up to now is really reselling other people's products, and really for the first time this gives us our own product and our own brand identity that we can actually go to market with ourselves, and it will really allow us to control our own destiny into the future. So obviously we did a certain amount of testing on the system ourselves, but within TSSG there is the verification section who also did their own testing and would test for things that we wouldn't necessarily think to test, like redundancy and scalability and so forth, whereas we wouldn't necessarily hit those problems until we start to grow. Whereas TSSG had that built into the process and detected issues and resolved them earlier.